good jokes don't come overnight.
I can tell that looking at you, Shorty.
You don't understand. Sometimes it takes years to develop a good joke.
Yeah, your mother and father did a good job.
Good evening and welcome to Express Yourself. I'm LaSonia Johnson, your co-host.
And I'm Vernon Richardson, your host.
You know, Vernon, I don't know about that. I got a joke for you. What do you call a man who has no arms and no legs?
I don't know.
You don't know? Come
Helpless
on, Vernon.
man. Helpless.
A helpless man.
Yes.
You call him Bob.
Bob?
Bob, that's right. Bob.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think so.
Well, you know, actually, Woody is right. It's very hard to tell a good joke. I'm going to try one.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, that's what I said. What do you say to a pretty woman from Tennessee?
I don't know. You're gorgeous. Hollywood is over here. I don't know.
How could you? The tooth. What a gorgeous tooth you have. No?
What a gorgeous tooth.
Yeah.
Vernon, I'm laughing because it was corny. I didn't like that one, Vernon.
Yeah, I didn't either, but that's the only one I had.
Really, it is very difficult to tell a joke. I mean, you take it for granted. You know, you think you can tell a joke, and it's not funny.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of, you know, joking and joking around and everything, I think that we need to put this in the hands of some very professional comedians, which a lot of them are right here from the metropolitan area.
Hey, we got a lot right here from metropolitan area. I've been coming. There's Martin Lawrence,
Chris Thomas,
Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, Fat Doctor.
And what's Andy
Evans.
Andy Evans.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp man.
Much more.
And much more. And DC is also up and coming with the new comedy clubs in the area. There's the Soul of Comedy in Howard University.
Comedy Connection.
Comedy Connection. Oh, I went there the other night, but it was so much fun.
Oh yeah, it was like they was
Chris
on it.
Thomas. Yes, they were.
He's so funny. But
on it like the Green Hornet.
You know, I tell you, we got a good guest tonight, and he's one of the best, I think one of the best, right here in the metropolitan area.
Right here in the metropolitan area.
Let's go to our Express Yourself viewers. Don't go away. We will return right after this message.
Aha.
Boy, I really did it last night. Got drunk, acted stupid, went home with... Who is that? What, am I stupid? How did I do this? Barry began to worry, really worry. What about AIDS? Then he remembered, hey, I'm just a cartoon. I don't even have to shower. Get high, get stupid, get AIDS.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. Born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut, he is well known as one of the most funniest ventriloquist comedians on the East Coast. My guests, Willie Brown and Woody, aside from performing at the comedy clubs, the corporate functions, the cruise ships, and the elementary schools, Willie and Woody host the Comedy Jam TV show on Channel 32 in Washington, D.C. He is also performed with the following recording artists: Regina Bell, Stacey Lattisaw, and a host of others. Also actor Clifton Davis and the well-known Martin Lawrence. What? Oh, how you doing?
What's up?
Willie.
How you feeling?
Welcome to Express Yourself.
Yeah, man, it's a long time coming.
Yeah, man, you out there now, man.
I'm making it now.
Doing a lot of things, you know, putting back into the community as you go, and you're growing. And you're positive. You're so positive, man. You know, we got a lot of comedians out here, you know, a lot of diversity, a lot of different ones. But man, you come across great with the kids, you know.
Thanks.
Real
Thank
good.
You.
Now let's talk about your past a little bit, where it all started, man. In New Haven, Connecticut.
That's right, man. It was a rather small town.
Yeah.
In Connecticut, and I was into magic when I was a kid.
Okay.
I would go to the mall and watch the magicians do magic tricks. And my mother would shop, and I just watched them. I was amazed. Anything, you know, that would disappear, and I was into it. Because I had uncles who used to do magic. Actually, they couldn't do it, but it made me think they could do it. You know how?
Yeah.
When you're little, you couldn't tell. You could,
Oh, okay, Uncle Marvin.
Yeah. Look, he was throwing it over your head. You know what I mean? Look at this. And I was really amazed by that. and so I think it had something to do with the art of illusion.
I see.
There was a television show that came on years ago called Soap.
Okay.
You remember that show? It was a sitcom.
All right.
And it was a guy named Jay Johnson. He was the ventriloquist. It was a crazy family. It was a dysfunctional family.
Okay.
You remember? It was a situation comedy years ago called Soap, and Jay Johnson was the ventriloquist.
Okay. Help refresh my memory. Go ahead.
He and his partner would always dress alike, and I used to sit there and I'd watch that show on Thursday nights, and he really kind of inspired me to get into this business. He, along with Willie Tyler and Lester, the black ventriloquist team.
Lester, right? Yeah.
And I used to see them.
them?
They're still around.
Still around?
They're still performing, mostly out in Las Vegas. And they do dates around the country, but I mean, I don't think it's performing as much as it used to.
Right.
But he's been doing it for a long time.
Well, you know, we got you on the East Coast, man, so he can stay out there. It's cool.
You know. But I got into it. I asked my mother if she would go out and purchase a dummy for me.
Okay.
And she did do that. She went to a store in our neighborhood. It was called We Be Toys. Now they call it Toys R Us.
All right, Toys R Us, and when got you that dummy.
Yeah, she got my first character. And I wasn't supposed to know about it. My brother told me. You know how your brother tells you stuff? You know, for Christmas, you're going to get a dummy. He's in your closet, underneath all the dirty clothes.
Go get him now.
Yeah.
Go get him
I played with him for like a month before she even, my mother was hurt. She was hurt because I had took him out of the box and everything.
Yeah.
And I ripped the box up and I had to put it back together, make it seem like, you know, he was
untouched, right?
Because I wanted to do it so bad.
Sure.
I wanted to get into it. And he came with like a little booklet. And every day after school, I would come home and I would practice. You know, I'd take him out and go in my mother's bedroom and look in the mirror and practice speaking without moving my lips. But I wouldn't tell anybody. I wouldn't tell, nobody knew except for my family, because they lived with me.
Now, I know you had a lot of friends back then, man.
My
How
friends.
did you keep that secret?
I didn't tell them, my boys, all my boys, I would never even, they come over, I just run real quick. David's at the door, okay. I ran upstairs and put them in the box and put them in the closet. I wouldn't let, for a whole year, nobody knew.
I can imagine, man. You know, you're hanging out with your boys and everything, and they find out you playing
with a doll,
with this doll, this puppet, what have you, man.
That's
like,
kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Be all in the street. Oh yeah, Willie this, Willie that, you know.
So I was afraid of that, so I didn't let them know. And what happened was about a year went by, and I pretty much picked up the art, and I wanted to get another dummy. Because the one I had was just basic. He couldn't do anything special.
No movement.
No movement, just open and close his mouth.
Oh, okay.
So I needed one that could turn his head, move his eyes.
Oh, man.
And so this one was like $130. This is years ago, so that was a lot of money. Nowadays for kids, $130. What? $130? Give me 3 of them dummies. You know? That ain't nothing, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
We're gonna sit them on the sidewalk, Shorty.
Compared to nothing for a pair of titties.
Back then it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I saved up all my money, you know, from all my odd jobs, you know, raking leaves, shoveling snow, you know, stealing cars, all that stuff I used to do when I was a kid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding now.
Just go ahead and express yourself, man. You go ahead. You all right?
And my father, you know, it was funny because he wasn't really behind me back then. Because magic tricks are expensive, you know. Magic tricks, stuff like
Buying
that.
all the material.
Oh man, it's expensive, man, for that kind of stuff.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And maybe that's why, you know, a lot of black children haven't gotten into those arts, because there's a lot of money involved in it, and you know, it could be part of it. My father was a hard-working machinist. You know, when he wanted me to go out there and get a job, I want you to work like me, you know, 12 hours a day.
Right to the punch.
In a rubber, you know, in a rubber factory.
And then you go running upstairs. Not me, not me, Daddy. I'm
talking and all that stuff for myself, and he thought I was crazy. So when I ordered my first character, it finally came, the UPS.
All right.
And my father was there the day he came, right? And he was like, what's that? Dad, I got a package. He said, what is it? It's a dummy. Well, how much is that? It's $130. He said, what? What? $130? What? Boy, you're crazy. They saw you coming. They took your money. You the dummy. You the dummy paying $130 for a piece of wood. You the dummy. Then he calls me up, you know, about a month ago. He says, hey, boy, I saw you on BET all the way in New Haven, Connecticut. Boy, I knew you was going to make it.
Yeah, now Daddy wanted to be part of the dummy.
That's funny. He would never admit it, though, but I love him, though, you know.
Oh, of course. Well, you know, a lot of our parents, man, we need to, you know, get behind our kids and support them, because, you know, it's important. It's important, and I'm quite sure that you being a family man, you know, support your kids and that. And I also understand that the kids look up to Woody.
Well, you know, we do a lot of programs in the school system.
Sure.
PG County, Montgomery County, Fairfax County, and we're stretching out, because a lot of the school systems have organized programs for arts.
Sure.
And we've been fortunate enough to come up with a program. We call it Comedy with a Positive Message.
All right.
And so we use humor in order to get their attention.
Sure.
They can relate to Woody because he's a non-threatening character. He's not like an adult, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he's an inanimate object, but I bring him to life. But they just kind of, they love him, man. They just gravitate to him. And he's able to hook them with a little comedy
Sure.
and then give them a positive message.
Positive
you
message
know.
at the same time.
Self-esteem, confidence. We talk to the kids about being the best you can be, getting
Sure.
a hobby, and reading.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like if you have a hobby and you go to the library and you get books on your hobby, then you're accomplishing two things. One, you're learning more about your hobby, and two, you're increasing your reading skills.
Sure.
And I don't care what you do, you know, you're going to need to be able to read. If you want to get in television, if you want to become a rapper, you know, or a musician, you got to be able to read out here. You know,
That is
it's important.
important.
If you want to be a professional football player, you got to be able to read the playbook. You know,
Good
you
point.
can't get away from that.
Good point. Good point.
So I really stress education. I think it's important. It's the reason why I'm able to do this comfortably.
Sure.
You know.
Well, you know, I've heard that, you know, throughout the community, man, you're doing a wonderful job. And I like to commend you and thank you for that because I'm quite sure a lot of the people here in the Prince George's County thank Willie and Woody because, you know, you add a different dimension. You bring, you know, your flavor, your character, your creativity, and it's just another way of helping kids learn and listen.
Yeah.
And information is power, power.
The challenge is,
Yeah.
is using Woody, you know, to educate, but you have to entertain. That's the trick. You have to entertain them first to
Yeah,
get them to listen
right,
to you.
right.
And then you can slip the messages in subtly. So we have to use what we have nowadays,
Sure.
you know, to get to the youth. We got to come at them the way they are. We got to dress like them, talk like them, and then get the message out to them.
Well, you know, as LaSonia and I was discussing earlier in the show, it's very hard to be somewhat a comedian. People don't really realize that, but you're doing two different things at the same time. You're giving, you know, you're giving them laughter, and also you're giving them educational background. You're giving them some theory, some ethics, and for you to be able to switch and change like that, man, that's outstanding. Yeah.
I think it's a gift, you know, from God. Honestly, I give him all the praise, you know, for it. And he just, you know, I just using me, you know, as a tool, I believe, a vehicle to get the message out.
Sure.
And I think everybody has a talent. I really believe everybody has a talent, and I think it's our job to find out what it is. If you want to become a ventriloquist, very simply, I would tell you to go to the library and get a book on ventriloquism to start with.
Sure.
It'll tell you the basics. I mean, anybody can become a ventriloquist.
Great, great.
But you have to make that step.
Had to make that first.
You gotta go to the
initial
library and
step.
get a book first.
And also the parents must come behind them and support them.
Right.
Okay, great. Well, I tell you, we'll be right back. Fun with your partner.
All right.
All right?
Yeah. Sorry, man. That's election year.
Yeah, man, I thought about running for the vice president seat.
Yeah. What make you think you qualified?
I could steal potato.
Did you vote?
Yeah, man.
Who?
Michael Jordan.
He wasn't running.
So he can play basketball his ass off.
Oh, man. We need to get some good, honest politicians back in office.
That's right.
That's right. Gotta stop the drug traffic.
Put up some more traffic lights. That's right.
No, seriously, we need to get the drugs off the street.
Yeah, and back into the house where they belong.
No, cause see, we're from D.C.
District of the Colombians.
And you gotta say no.
Yeah.
See, it's a psychological thing.
That's right.
See, your mind says no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Your nose say yeah.
You see, the government's always telling us to say no to drugs.
Yeah, the other day I understand they had a joint session in Congress. Said some of the senators were so high,
Yeah.
they were speaking from the floor of the House. You don't wonder why they keep bouncing them checks. Smoking that reefer make you forget how much money you got in your account.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. I'm delighted to have my guests here tonight, Willie and Woody. I'm telling you,
Yo,
they
yo.
hot, they hot.
Yo, what's
happening?
Vernon?
What's happening, Woody?
My man,
You the man?
he chilling, ain't he, Willie?
Oh, man.
Looking good.
Oh man, what's up with the color scheme,
Yeah,
man?
we
You
just
looking
chilling
great. I
out,
gotta
you
give
know?
you one of those outfits, man.
This is Afrocentric.
Oh man, that's
I
all
traced
right.
my roots, you know,
Oh yeah.
back to an oak tree in Africa.
Oh man, that's right, man. That's what
Called
you.
my mother long distance.
Oh. My
A tree and tree. What up?
Well, Woody, you know what? I think you're gonna express yourself to the utmost
Oh
right
man,
here.
expressing myself is what I do best. Ain't that right?
Isn't that right?
Ain't that right?
No, don't say ain't.
It's better than saying I wasn't.
Willie, I tell you, you all are a great team. Now, other things, I know you do some cruise ships and you do a lot of other functions, corporate functions. How did that do? Is that different from? I'm quite sure that's a little different, but
A corporate function?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I got a background in sales.
okay.
Yeah, he used to work for Xerox Corporation.
Oh yeah, I
But
know.
they too busy over there trying to copy each other.
Yeah, and they gave me some marketing background. So
Okay.
when I go in that environment, I know about wearing the power tie and
Okay.
the dark blue
Sure.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I can relate. And I have a gift of being able to play to the audience that I'm working for.
Yeah.
So
great.
if it's a corporate environment, we're straight,
Right.
up and down. If it's a social gathering, we can get loose.
Real loose.
If it's for kids, we get down on their
Sure.
level.
I love you. You love me.
You know, Woody, you just hang out too much, man. I've been seeing you hanging out in the trunks and everything.
I hate the trunk, man. That's tight in there. You know what I'm saying? You ever spend time in the trunk, Vernon?
No, I don't.
It's like being in lockdown.
Lockdown.
You don't want to be in lockdown. You know what I'm saying? My cousin just went to jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they used to work for the Treasury Department.
Oh man, that must have been quite a mess he
Got
got
caught
himself
taking
into.
samples home to the kids.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
I tell you, Woody, he's wonderful, man. Hey,
He
Woody,
comes-
you're wonderful. You're wonderful,
thank
Woody.
you, thank you.
You just can't.
I'm just trying to be
stop
like you,
expressing
man. Trying to be
yourself,
like you.
huh? Oh man, you get. This is a tough job, Woody. But you keep your
you-
job, man.
you-
You do a great job. Great job.
Yeah, I love what I do.
Well, Willie, let me ask you this: how about the times that you've had in the past? I mean, you started out at age 14. Now that you're successful, you're on the road to success. What kind of support? Do you have that support that you had back then?
Well, see, back then it was my mother.
Okay.
Yeah,
I always love your mama.
she was there for me, and she really supported me in what I was
Great.
doing. Took me to my shows when I first started. Made sure I made all my engagements, and now I have my own family. I'm married, and my wife is my backbone, my support. And I have 2 children.
Okay.
Don't talk about them.
Now I've got a daughter, 9, Lawan, she's 9, and my son, Willie the third.
Willie the
He's
third.
3 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, he wears my clothes now.
Oh, don't get
I told him
jealous.
he need to stop wearing the underwear though, 'cause they keep coming back with different colors in them.
Willie, you just jealous.
And that's my, motivation.
Sure.
They give me the energy to keep going.
Well,
My wife's very supportive, and hasn't always been, easy.
I know that. I know it's tough, and I think that having that family support and family morals is very important to be in this business. Entertainment is very tough and rough. Out on the road all the time, and being away from home.
The economy, man, the economy is tight.
Yeah. Yeah. Dollar won't do much for a brother these days.
And these days, a brother won't do much for $1 either. You know what I say? I lost my job. Now I was working at this store in the mall.
What store?
Same place where you got your shoes from. Dollar City. And lost my job, man.
Yeah, you lost it, huh?
Illness.
Illness?
Yeah.
What?
The boss got sick of the way I was doing things. I'm telling you.
Well, let's talk about the other issues that you bring across the board here. I mean, you're all over the place, and recently, you just came back from L.A. doing some things, and we just had a marvelous clip that we showed earlier. What was that like? It seemed like a different,
Oh, that was nice. It was BET Comic View.
Yeah, that was nice, man.
And they flew us out there, and we taped for the show. It was nice because we got a guest spot on the show, which
Okay.
was great, because they go all around the country.
Sure.
But we were able to get a spot on the show, and it was less a club atmosphere. It was in a casino out in California, and that was a good experience.
Good, good. Just came back off of a nice cruise.
Yeah, on a cruise ship, the Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah, that
What-
was a trip.
Yeah. Woody, did you meet anybody?
Oh, man, I met some nice women out there. You should see. Oh, They love
But
me.
you have a ton of girlfriends.
Yeah, I got a girlfriend. She's a little tree.
A little tree.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shame on you.
She like to branch out.
Oh my goodness.
I had to soil my royal oats. Roots, that is.
Yeah.
Well, based on that, I mean, but let's go back just a little bit further, because it's really important. That first show, that first talent show, was
Okay.
actually had something to do with your mom.
Yeah, yeah. It was my mother's job.
Yeah.
It was Nationwide Insurance Company.
Okay.
You remember Nationwide?
Yeah.
You know, Nationwide is. I remember our first joke was like, Nationwide is on your side. Remember? And Willie,
I said, yeah, oh yeah. Which one?
no, they liked the show, you know. And after the show,
Uh-huh.
people asked us, how much do you charge? And I charged. This was my first show.
Right.
So I didn't know anything about, charging.
The rates and all that. Yeah.
Hey, something said ching ching, and no, but I got calls and I passed my cards out and got work from there. I've been going ever since that first show.
Great, great. Now you're here in the metropolitan area doing a lot of things here, the Comedy Connection,
Yeah.
Green
Gonna be
Valley.
there this month and next month.
Yeah.
With,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's
tell you about
great. Well, what are some of your future goals? I know you got a lot of things going on.
Looking to do more national television.
Yeah, Most Wanted, Cops, the good stuff.
Hopefully, do some more commercials. Do some
Okay.
commercial work,
Great.
and possibly get into some movies.
Oh, great.
And
Great.
got some secrets that we'll tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
about later on.
All right.
Yeah, some secrets.
Well,
Can you
know-
keep the secret?
Yes. Tell me a secret. I can keep
I
one.
ain't gonna tell you. There won't be
Tell
a
me
secret.
right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now. In front of all these people, won't be a secret. Then what it?
Just watch out. You'll see us.
Well, I tell you, I think that both of you are a great team, and it's a lot of comedy acts right here in the metropolitan area. But I think that yourself, and Woody, y'all are doing a great job, man. Doing a great job, getting a lot of exposure, a lot of recognition, and you're so positive, as we said before, and that's important, man. It's a clean cut act.
Yeah, pretty much. I just have to thank God again for that because it's my upbringing. I mean, my mother was
Sure.
there for me.
Yeah.
My family was there, and it helps because I have my own family now, so I want to try to do what's right.
Right.
We got to show the youth the way to go. We got to
Youth, the way to go.
clean up our act.
What are some of the volunteer work you've done here in the metropolitan area?
American Cancer Society,
Yeah, the jail and bail.
the jail and bail fundraiser. A couple
Okay.
years ago, they lock you up in jail, and then you have to call your friends or whoever you can to get you out. And
Yeah.
they're supposed to make a pledge to get you out.
Oh,
We
okay.
raised, I think, like $1,600 or something.
That's great.
Um,
Fine.
That was held at Landover Mall. What else do we do?
Let's see.
We do a lot of work with DC Village,
Okay.
the nursing home for the elderly. We work with mentally retarded at Mount Vernon Methodist Church in Washington, D.C. While once a month we do a program with mentally retarded adults. Let's see, we do some career days in the school systems,
Okay.
which we
Right.
don't charge for those.
Sure.
Sometimes we don't charge
Sure.
for those.
Well, is there a number that someone could reach you? I'm quite sure we have a lot of nonprofit organizations out there that would like to get in contact with you and use your services.
Number.
A number. Okay, here we go. Give him the number, man. Give him the digits. Drop the digits.
Woody, make love to that camera right there.
Okay, the number is 703-751-0643. Say that again.
703-751.
Say it, don't stray it.
703-751-0643. And that's our management company,
Great.
Rest Entertainment.
Okay. All right. I'm quite sure that if someone for some reason did not get a chance to get to that pen and paper, you can always call the expression.
703-751-0643.
Man, you didn't give me a chance, Woody, man. Good gracious. Hey, you pee on him, right, aren't you? Great. Well, I tell you, it's a pleasure to have you here. But
Oh, it's great, man.
time is winding up on us. But is there anything that you would like to share with some of our Express Yourself viewers?
Yeah, I think, again, just try to be the best you can be, and keep faith in yourself and try to find out what your talents are.
Yeah, find out what they are.
And do everything you do the best you can. And one day you'll find something that you do that's you do better than anybody else, and that'll probably be your ticket. That'll help you make it. You know?
The ticket to success.
Just do the best you can in everything, you know.
Be willing to give.
Yeah, be willing to give,
Yeah.
and then you'll get something back.
All right, all right. Well, I tell you, it's a pleasure. Like for you to come back later on.
Okay.
Keep me informed.
Love
keep
to.
Express yourself informed. And I wish you the best of luck.
Hip hop
Both of you.
parade.
Hip hop
Oh,
parade. Dude.
Hey. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
hey.
Willie and
Oh,
Woody.
Hey. Oh, all I wanna do is on the zong, and a dong.
All right, we out of here.
We out of here.
Stay tuned. Don't go away. We will return right after this
My name.
message.
Give him 5. Thank you, John.
Adventures of Nick, a teen. On his way to school each day, unlike the other passengers, Nick was constantly being encouraged to stick his head out the window. And in gym class,
We want Norman.
That Norman kid must be a lot better ball player than he lets on.
poor Nick.
Man, what a drag.
Don't be a butthead.
Hello and welcome back to Express Yourself. I hope you enjoyed our show because I did. You know, Woody, what are you still doing here?
I saw this as an opportunity to express myself, Vernon. I'm trying to express myself with this beautiful young lady, LaSonia. How you doing?
I can see that.
Howdy, sexy.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh, you wanna go home with me? I'll make room in the suitcase, you know.
well, I tell you,
She is gorgeous, isn't she?
she is, but Woody, where's Willie?
I don't know. At this point in time, I really don't care.
You okay? You can hang around, man. You can close out the show with
Willie
it. It's cool.
is doing his own thing, and
It's
I'm
cool.
doing mine.
All right, you can close out the show with it. It's all right. It's cool. You can
I'm
stick
just
around.
trying to express myself. You understand?
I know. All right.
Go ahead, Eddie. You love me.
Hey, Willie,
Do you love me?
these some nice looking shoes you have here.
I just walked into your life with these shoes.
Yeah, well,
So you got a name?
No.
Good, good. Because I didn't want to start getting upset. I was going to say, what that have to do with me? I don't want to hear that, see. Vernon, will you excuse us? We
I
got
don't think
something
so, but in 30 seconds, okay? Because we get ready to close out the show. And is there any last comments you want to say to these kids out here?
Yeah, honestly, kids, I just want to say, please stop the violence and increase the peace. Say no to drugs.
All right.
Say
all
no.
right. And to my Express Yourself viewers, remember this. We as parents must provide a positive vision of hope for our children. All of us must unite to help build the self-esteem. We all have the ability to make a difference. Until next time, peace.
Express yourself with freedom, justice, and equality. Knowledge yourself, be the key to positivity. Here comes the show improve the on the move with a positive mind scroll. That we deal with adolescents straight up. There ain't no future in front, so just hold up. There's such a fine line between right and wrong. So for the young blacks, this should be a theme song. There ain't no faking or flagging, being taught here. The black have to know that they can succeed without fear. So watch the role models rolling. And if you're living fast, you can begin again. This show right here kills off the base. Vernon Richardson is all about peace. So take a chill for about 30. It's about brain health and how to express yourself. Peace.